Python's request library makes HTTP requests easy. It has a method called get, which will send the request for us, return the contents of the file we requested, which for us is a text file, which we can then save to a file. This is how we programmatically download a file from the internet. Here's how it's done. It's super simple. We import the request library, and we'll actually import the OS library too, so we can store the downloaded file in a folder called Ebert Reviews. This bit of code here just creates the folder Ebert Reviews if it doesn't exist already. Here comes the actual bit of requests code. We use request.get on a URL, and that returns a response. And I'll give you this URL here. Here's the URL for the Roger Ebert Reviews text file that I saved on the Udacity servers. So we haven't actually saved the response to anything yet, but let's take a look at what this response variable looks like. And we see response 200. 200 being the HTTP status code for the request has succeeded. So that's good. So this response returned from the request.get method. You can't see it currently, but all of the text in our text file is actually in our computer's working memory right now, within this response variable. It's stored in the body of the response, which we can access using .content, as shown in the request library documentation. Let's check it out. And okay, there it all is. It's in bytes format. Using this and some basic file I/O, we're going to save this file to our computer. So we'll open a file called 11et the extraterrestrial.txt, i.e. everything after the last slash in this URL. And to get everything after that last slash, we'll use Python's split function and select the last item in the list returned. And we need to open this file, which will then write the contents of the response variable to. We have to open this in WB mode, write binary. That's because response.content is in bytes and not text. But don't worry, when we open these files in a text editor or in pandas later, the bytes will be rendered as human readable text. Then we write to the file handle we've opened, file.write response.content. And that should do it. That's how you download one file programmatically. Let's check the contents of our folder, Ebert Reviews, to make sure this worked. And there it is. This .ds store is a hidden file that stores the attributes of our folder. Ignore that for now. And if you go to your Jupyter Notebook dashboard and open that file, you'll see that the entirety of it was correctly downloaded. So again, that's how you download one file. But if we have lots of files to download though, like we do for all of these Ebert reviews for the top 100 Rotten Tomatoes movie list, writing out lots of these statements would be annoying. Luckily, downloading files programmatically scales well. You can use a for loop over all of the file URLs to minimize code repetition. Lucky for you, I've provided the URLs for you here. Your task now is to write this loop and download all of the Roger Ebert review files programmatically.